5 drills I wish I did as a kid. These drills are going to absolutely accelerate your growth, and like it says in the video, I wish I did these as a kid. If you're below the age of 18, you can still improve so much at such a faster rate than an older person. So if you are below that age, you need to be doing these types of drills. So first of all, who am I and why should you listen to me? My name is Jamie Breen and I am a semi-professional footballer who will be going pro very soon. I have a few paid products that will be in the description below, so make sure to check that out if you want more help improving your technical ability. And without further ado, let's get into the video. So, starting off, 5-a-side. This one is an absolute classic. It's going to improve your one-on-ones because you get into so many different scenarios where you're running at a player and you need to beat him. So let's say you're just starting off. Because you get into so many scenarios like this where you have to beat someone one-on-one, you're going to rapidly improve at it. So, as well as this, it's great for your fitness because it's so intense. You're going up and down, up and down. It's in a short space. It's in a very short area, which means you need to be up and down the pitch. So, as a result, you're going to be moving up and down, so it's going to improve your fitness. And in turn, this will also improve your intensity. The reason being is, like I said already, you're up and down, which means you need to do all these actions quicker. And as well as this, because it's a small area and there are more people on the pitch, well, sorry, not more people on the pitch, but there are more people on the pitch per square metre, this means that for you to pass the ball around players, for you to do these moves, you basically have to do them faster, better, more efficient. So all of your moves on the pitch need to be more efficient. And in turn, that's going to improve your intensity. And improving your intensity is so key if you want to go up the levels, because that is what separates footballers from, you know, the semi-professional, the professional level, and the high professional leagues. It's just intensity. Obviously, there's a bit of quality in there, but the intensity is so key, because if you can do all these actions fast, you can go around players easily. You don't need to have a better skill than them. You don't need to have better shooting than them. If you can just do everything quicker, then you're going to catch everyone off guard. So that's 3 reasons why 5-a-side is so key. Moving on to the second football drill that I wish I did more as a kid, we have cone drills as a whole. Now the reason I didn't name a specific cone drill is because obviously some of them are good, some of them are bad. But just cone drills in general, they help your ability to manipulate a ball wherever you want the ball to go. And the reason why this works is because when you're doing a cone drill, you have to go in between the cones and you have to control it well, otherwise you're going to lose control of the ball and it's going to go miles away. So that means you need to take these small individual touches, and after a while you learn where to move the ball, how to move it, and this is basically your muscle memory. So this helps in game. Reason being is if you've learned how to move a ball in these specific scenarios, specific ways, and you can move it in these ways, then 1, you have the muscle memory to do so, and 2, in game, if you're dribbling at a player, you can signal to your muscles, I want to move the ball exactly to this spot on the pitch here, and then you're going to be able to do so. And this is a massive part of beating players one-on-one, because if you can do this, then it's physically possible for you to get around the player and just move it inside, outside, and the player doesn't know what you're going to do. And as well as this, you're sort of working on your reaction time in a way, because for you to be able to shift the ball right out of a cone, left out of a cone, inside at an angle out of a cone, this translates directly into a game, because you're going to be able to shift the ball at a better angle, a more realistic angle, and in turn your 1v1s are going to improve so much. The second reason why cone drills are so good is because it improves your agility. Obviously it completely depends on which type of cone drill you're doing, like I said, but for a lot of them you're going to improve your agility. If you're shifting the ball side to side, you're doing it at good pace, then you're going to build the muscles in your abductor and your adductors, and in turn this is going to translate directly into game where you can push off, push to the side, explode away from a defender. So this moves on to point 3 quite nicely, because as you're building up your adductor muscle and your abductor muscles, this helps you to move side to side. But because of the way that we're doing the cone drills, if you're doing them fast, then you're going to build up the twitch muscle fibers all in your adductors, abductors, but your quads, hamstring, calves, all of them muscles down your legs. Because you're doing it at speed, you're going to be going like this, moving fast, and then this is going to train your twitch muscle fibers, which will 1, increase your strength, like I said, just because you're burning the muscle fibers, you're using them, but 2, because of the way you're training, if you get fast twitch muscle fibers, because you're training intensely and at speed, then it's going to help your explosive power and, like I said, pushing away from defenders. So This ties on as well to point number 4 about cone drills, and it is your dribbling will be unstoppable. You combine 1, 2 and 3 and your dribbling will genuinely be unstoppable. And I have a technical masterclass that is a 90-day program that's 4 weeks long, which works on your dribbling, it works on your ball mastery work and manipulating a ball in the air and your first touch. And all of those things combined is going to make you unstoppable at dribbling. So if you do want that, go and click the link below. I'll put up a few clips of my sort of transition from being tackled all the time as a footballer to now literally whenever I get the ball now, I'm literally like, I'm going to beat this player, I'm going to beat this player, I'm going to beat that player, and it's just, it's easy. It almost makes it easy, right? So if you're a footballer who's struggling with your one-on-ones, struggling with your dribbling, your technical ability, and you do want to improve it, which every footballer should, click the link below and my technical masterclass will be in the description. Now moving on to the third drill that I wish I did more as a kid. And we have 2-touch. This one's a very simple one, but it's pretty much ball control. You're gonna get a way better touch from doing this, because if you're doing it proper competitively with your friends, and you're testing each other's touch, you're trying to make the other person drop the ball, then in turn you need to learn. You're guaranteed. You're literally guaranteed to learn how to control the ball better and obviously get a better first touch in doing so. And second of all, it's fun, right? This isn't serious training, so you're not tearing your muscle fibers, you're not putting serious strain through your legs, which means that you can do it loads, you're going to improve, and you're not going to risk injuries, whereas some of the other drills, like I said, 5-a-side, that's very intense, right? Although it's amazing, 5-a-side's brilliant, but it's more difficult to add into your own individual training, because if you're getting tired legs, then it's obviously going to take a toll and you risk injuries, whereas 2-touch, brilliant, you can improve your ball control and it's fun and you're not putting your legs through any stress, so you can do it loads, improve loads, and no risk. Now moving on to the 4th drill, and it's not really a drill, however I thought it's so important for me to include this. And this is one of the things that I regret in a way. It's important not to have regrets, and I don't really have regrets. However, I do know that if I practice more skill moves and like different types of tricks, I don't mean anything too ridiculous, but just all these types of ways to flick up a ball, all of these like really creative skills. You know how everyone in the year 6 playground is learning how to do a rainbow flick? Of course I've learnt that one, but I mean all these types of moves, right? They're effectively useless, you may think, in a game. However, it's so good for your creativity just even be able to do it. So you learn new ways to control a ball, which means that in game there might be a specific situation where you do need to pull out a ridiculous skill. And these are the types of kids, the kids who can do these skill moves when they're young, these are the types of kids that scouts will watch and they'll think, this guy's really talented. So that's why I know that learning skill moves and tricks is so key if you're a younger person. And as well as this, it's a mental challenge, right? Learning a very basic skill isn't difficult, whereas if you're learning something ridiculous like a rainbow flick, I'll use that example again, it's a mental challenge. You have to you're not going to get it first time. It might take 5-10 days. It might even take a month for you to learn it. And to master something, it would take even like 60 days. So it's a mental challenge, and if you're younger and you can learn how to get over these mental challenges and like overcome them, then it's perfect for real life and football. You're just going to have a more resilient brain. And now, moving on to the last point, we have passing at a good intensity. I know what you're thinking when you're in the playground at school, or you're playing with your mates, you're training after school. It's not intense. You're just passing the ball. You're just passing the ball, and then you're getting ready to shoot. But if you do a passing drill and you do it with so much intensity, where it's a proper zip into your feet, then 1, it's going to improve your touch, and 2, like I said before, intensity is so key with football. The more intense you can be, the higher you can play at. And like I said, the reason is, I'll explain it again, the reason is that if you're intense with your actions, you don't need to be better than the player at technical, at football, like you don't need to be better than the other player. The reason is you can just pass it round, you can just do all the actions quicker. Let's say you're coming up against a defender who may be the best player on the ball, he might be the best crosser in the world, he might have the best shooting ability. If you're just way more intense than him and you run at him and you're an absolute mean machine running at him, You don't need any skill moves, you don't need any of this, because you're just so intense, because you know exactly what you want to do and you're going to do it. So that is going to get you around most defenders anyway. But passing at a good intensity is just so key for anyone to play at a good tempo. The higher your tempo is, the more you're going to stand out, because it's going to improve your fitness for one, because if you start doing these passing drills with your friends and stuff, your legs are going to have to adapt to basically moving quicker. So if you improve your technique, like I said, from the first touch aspect, and also just reacting to things faster, you're also going to improve your fitness doing so, because it's going to tire you out. You're going to be knackered doing stuff like this. So, I think that's it. Remember to like and subscribe, and also, like I said before, if you are a player who wants to improve your technical ability, you want to get better at 1v1s, you want to get better at dribbling, then my technical masterclass is the complete and perfect answer to that. So make sure to go grab that. It will be the first link in the description, and I will be back for another video on Wednesday. Remember to subscribe.